both FMPM and FMPM vintage. Now, FMPM is basically a DX7 emulation. The vintage version is just basically the old chips of the DX7. Okay, so I made this patch with just sine waves, and yeah, there's plenty of ways to implement this to your sound. So one thing is, you don't want to create too complex waveforms like saws and squares. You want to stick to your triangle and your sines. You want to keep it as simple as possible with this. Remember, just use your sines and try to stay away from saws. A bunch of crazy waveforms in here, like saws. These are okay right here. These are fine, except this one's a bit like a square wave. If you do use some of these saw kind of waves, you may want to edit them in the editor to kind of make it fit. See, you can get bell sounds out of this easily. Feedback is basically obsolete. Just basically feeds it in the oscillator, like similar to Neo FM, but you can get gritty tones, or you can get some noisy tones that you don't really want. So let's mess around with this for a little bit. See, it's just too complex. It's getting a little noisy and a little discomforting to the ears. Fix the phase a little bit. Copy this to oscillator 2. You can hear some harmonics and format-like tones in here. These are mainly for bells and stuff like that. I haven't totally figured out Nemesis's architecture with this emulation. Excuse me, but it can do a lot more than what I'm doing with it. I'm just scratching the surface. I'm not an FM expert, and you don't need to be to use Nemesis, but it takes a lot of experimentation and reading on it to be able to implement it as well as you want. And this is not really frequency modulation, it's phase modulation. So this waveform is modulating the phase of this waveform. So you can barely even hear what the phase knob is doing. Now let's go to our other, which is the old YM chips, which Yamaha chips that were in a DX7. So it's got a bit of aliasing in there. I actually like that a little bit better. So you can get a lot of like kind of belly tones with this. It's too complex, but we're gonna edit it. So it's got a high frequency here, so that's probably this. Bring this down. Bring this down. It's kind of... Remember, just keep it, just signs, keep it easy deasy. You know, you can hear I can hear the difference between these two easily. It's a bit more staticky. And don't forget to use the envelopes on this too. The envelopes are really useful for making your sound not boring. Turn the decay down. Without the reverb. And this is the normal version. You can get some nice basses with this too. It's kind of a gritty old lead I made there. That sounds absolutely just messy. Yeah, if you check some of the presets in here, there is some old style PM in here. This is a PM sound organ. So just keep messing around with it. Like I said, different sine waves, sinoids. If it's a saw or a triangle or a square, just take off the sharp edges with the additive spectral editor. And that's about it. Thanks for watching my video. Like, subscribe, and thank you for watching my video. This is Sebastian Weaver, signing out.